Hello again, your favorite horrible Mike, Helaxo, is back. And with the boring stuff to begin with. This is by no means official, so unless it gets tons of attention and everyone shares it with Valve, they probably won't even notice. And there is another theory I'll be watching after breakfast. He has many series I kind of copied because I'm a complicated loser. But I will share my own ideas. And let's get started. And by the way, check out the date this video was released. For all I know, Valve fixed it the day after this video was released. And today is time for the Pyro. My most played cast, yes, it's not Engineer, I just like the character of the Engineer. He's pretty much like me, I think. But back to the Pyro. It's a really fun, enjoying class. I enjoy the gameplay, get up close and personal, say, "Hello there, little boy. I am the Pyro Man. Today I'm gonna give you a burning hug." And all noobs say he just sweeps down and take no skill, but I simply disagree with that. And the same problem with Heavy. He needs some in general buffs. Now Valve have given the buff lately, but not enough to give him a full turn. Now, I comment from Super Lightning 64, one of the 2 comments in my scout video while I'm feeling popular today, said that I had to show a little bit more gameplay and not only crappy features. So, here is the gameplay. He's the reason you see gameplay here instead of some kind of retarded thing. So, another thing. 2 in general changes I have to say before we start. First, this is gonna take to the standpoint that Pyro is buffed to the medic speed. Now, medics might find this annoying, but I'll come back to that in my medic video. And the flamethrowers need to be more consistent. The effect is kind of weird. You get more range the more you lag. Fix all the flamethrower. I have had some problems with it. The sharpened volcano fragment is the most badass looking weapon in the game. But nobody cares because the stats are terrible. And I won't like that, it's so badass. So this idea is not mine. I stole it from a channel named Top Cap Gaming. But I loved it, and it's complete rework. And it's giving the stats 1 crit swing for every flamethrower kill. So kill 1 flamethrower and you get 1 critical swing with it. And then you also get the downsides of no random crits and a 20% slower swing speed. Seems like a nice tool to me. By the way, just look at this badass axe I found online. It was meant to be used by me. I love it. What the heck? Why do you talk about the postal Pamela? It's a reskin of the extinguisher. Well, if you have watched the series I mentioned earlier, you will know that he suggested to split pummeler and extinguisher into 2. The extinguisher is kind of good, but the pummeler, I kind of don't like that one. It's better than the ones I now, but my idea is to remove the entire thingy about the slower deploy entirely. And instead add, while active, you might move 20% slower. And remember, it's with the 107% speed, the medic speed, so it shouldn't be too devastating, and it's only while active. So you can drag it out at a nice speed, but you can't just go, "Come here, you little bastard, I am going to smack your head in with a mailbox." No, serious, just stop running right now. I'm serious about this! The Neon Annihilator is kind of enough. fun but kind of gimmicky tool in Pyro's arsenal. You kind of have no reason to use it above the home wrecker. And pyro shocking is fun, but there's not enough water to make it useful. So, my thought is, it is a pretty large weapon. So give it the increased melee range from Islander and all the other weapons like that. 37% longer. And that will also mean slower deploy and holster. And you also let it disable watches, including the dead ringer, for 5 seconds. So hit the spy, and he ain't going anywhere. That might increase the use of it a bit. Probably would still use the home wrecker, huh? Well, I tried. The one problem with the detonator is that when comparing it to the scorch shot you have a slightly better jump height, and you deal slightly more damage. Not even that always. So, it can't exactly beat the utility of the scorch shot. So, increase the jump height, as After Breakfast said, and damage to yourself. Make it plus 25 instead of 50. 38 damage ain't exactly worth that jump. Just saying. I think that's more than a rocket, actually. Well, I won't bother you with my philosophy anymore. Let's move on. The Man Melter got a buff in the medium match update. It was good for it, but it was kind of lazy. It didn't give the weapon the justice it needed. And I think After Breakfast idea is kind of more fitting for a new weapon. What I'm gonna give this is I'm gonna give back the 20% slower firing speed. And I'm gonna give it the 75% slower deploy time I stole from the pummeler. And you might wonder, why am I just nerfing it? I'm coming to the upsides. Now, when you hit an already burning enemy, you gain a crit. You store the crit. Just move on. So you can press a reload to activate the crit. And to balance that out, we also have maximum 4 crits. So you can't go Super Saiyan on them just by staying back and fire a couple of well-placed flares. Or whatever that thingy fires. And to avoid, the little noobs joke. No, I got full crit, I don't need to extinguish you. You gain 50 health that goes into Q9 overheal when you extinguish and you have full crits. This will make this a kind of good weapon in my book. And give it some kind of reload animation. It's kind of weird with the little beep. Okay, you can fire now. Now sit back and have a seat, because we're going to talk about the fan favorite, the Phlogistonator. Somebody's probably gonna kill me before the next video for that. Well, this might take a while. And I have a little bit problems with the Flog is the only one of the alien weapons thingy, as the Thompson, Cowmangler, Bison, that requires ammo. So, instead of ammo, we'll give it the overheat meter. When the overheat meter is over 75% full, it will damage you while active. And this meter will go down pretty slow. I don't know how much they have to use to fill it completely up. But it will go pretty fast down if you holster the weapon. So you have to rely a bit on your secondary and melee while using this weapon. So, to pay off you get 75 health on So you don't get popped up with the full health, but you get some health to work with. And the interesting part is that you don't recover all of your overheat on You can't just pop it at full or it will damage you as only crap. You have to consider when to use your still, but you still have something to work with. So, I think that will be a pretty balanced change. Let me know what you think in the comments below. After the nerf at the Tough Break update, I rarely used the degrazer, and I rarely seen it be used. So, that's why I'm going to give it a buff. Don't judge. I'm going to give it the 10% damage penalty back. I just felt it belong there. And remove the air blast penalty. Is it too much to have one flamethrower that doesn't mess with your air blast? The flog removes it. The backburner increases the cost to 50. It'll just keep the swarm. And the afterburn penalty will reduce to 50%. So you get 30 damage instead of 20 afterburn. I think this one will feel a little bit better. At least for me. You know, I love the old one. It was kind of overpowered, but I doesn't need the overpower to be good. If you understand me. But it's the last weapons, so roll the outro. Now that is all for the pyro. Like if you enjoy. And now you have a chance to give this channel a buff with +1 subscriber and +1 like a video and recommend it to all friends. So this has been Alexo. It has been smashing your ideas, my ideas with you. It's not someone else's idea, not if people can get some clickbait or something. But whatever. My name is Alexo. I'm outta here.